Welcome to Self-Love Through Conscious Living, or better yet, Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wallach. Today, I want to talk to you about why loving you matters. That's right, you heard it right. Why loving you matters. Why you loving you matters. One of the definitions that I use for love is the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. Think about that. If you were aware and you accepted your wholeness, would you be seeking anything outside of yourself to make you whole, to make you feel complete? Not in the least. So what we find out in the world today is everyone's looking for this partner. They call it, I'm looking for my soulmate. Well, I think that's just such an interesting idea. I'm looking for my soulmate. Well, think about that. What's the most common definition of a soul? A soul is an individualization of the divine. It's whole and perfect just like it is, right? Well, so does a soul need a mate? No, it doesn't. And that's the interesting thing. The soul doesn't need a mate. It's our human emptiness. It's our human desire to feel complete that we go seeking a mate. Now, having a mate isn't wrong. I love having a mate, but my mate doesn't complete me. My mate is there to share the journey, to support me, to grow me as I support and grow her. It's to share the journey. Here's the next one, big one. It's to have fun on the journey together. It's not to own your partner. It's not to be with them all the time, not at all. Because here's the thing, because we don't love ourselves, we're trying to get one person to fill this void that no one can fill. There's no possibility in the world that one human being can fill the void that you feel when you don't understand, you're not aware of your own wholeness. Here's the other thing, even if you are aware of your wholeness, there's so many things in life that you want to do, that you want to share with people. One person's not going to do it. Got many people. I'm not saying being polygamous, but have many people. When I want to go hiking, it's not with Jean, because Jean doesn't like to go hiking. When I want to do extreme things, go to jungles of Peru or go to the Mount Kailash and hike in the Himalayas with no facilities, that's not my wife. But the beauty of it is that we give each other the freedom to be our unique selves. This is something that came to me in meditation today, and I thought I'd share it. Do you realize that when you look at another person, you're looking at an infinite expression of the one? Do you realize that? Whoever is in your life, they are an infinite expression of the divine. Do you see that in them? Or do you just see their body and their ego? If you see just their body and their ego, then you need to turn back because you're not loving you enough. Because if you could see it in yourself, you could see it in them. Isn't that a fascinating way to understand it? If you think there's not enough love in the world, it's because you don't see it in yourself. If you don't have a loving relationship, yeah, it's real simple. You don't have a loving relationship with yourself. One of the things that I talk about all the time is that everything begins and ends with you. And everything begins and ends with self-love. Do you see why? It's the idea that we believe there's a void in us. And most people are trying to fill that void from the outside, and it can't be filled from the outside. Do you get that? It cannot be filled from the outside. It's got to be filled from an inner realization. And that's the work. And then the reason that stops us from doing that is the fact that look at what we're bombarded with. All these commercials, all these advertisements, all these dating sites. We'll find you the perfect person. No, you won't. The perfect person is you. From there, you can then attract a person that you would really enjoy being on the journey with. You would really enjoy being on the journey with. So think about that. Think about that. Someone in your life that you could support and grow, and that they would support and grow you. Mutual. It's got to be both ways. If it's not both ways, it's not love. And then you share. Yeah, you're sharing. And then what? You have fun on the journey. If it's too much of a pain in the butt, you got to ask yourself, what's going on in me? Why am I in a relationship where it's a pain in my butt? Is it my perception? Could be your perception. It might not be the other person at all. It's your perception of the other person. Well, it is. It is your perception of the other person. If your perception of the other person is objective, then you can love them because you can accept them. You are aware and accept their wholeness. But then you go to the next aspect of it is, are you a vibrational frequency match? Which means what? That you love them. And if you not love them, like them. And if you like them, oh my gosh, I accept them and I like them. Then you've got to decide, how do you want them to play in your life? Do you want a life partner? Do you want a good friend? What do you want from that? And then you can decide to go forward. Notice I didn't bring in sex, because sexual attraction can be with many, 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 many people. But if you love someone, you accept them, and you like them, and you're sexually attracted to them, and they're sexually attracted to you, and they love and like you, I believe that's the ultimate relationship. For me, I don't know if it is for you. I think you got to make that determination. Anita says, I love how you term things. Makes me chuckle. Well, I am unique, Anita. I'm speaking to you from Highland Village, Texas, and you're over there in Egypt, and we're having a conversation. Isn't that fantastic? I love it. People say there is a blessing in technology, and one of the blessings is this. I've connected with people all over the world through technology, but I can see how it's a curse, because people are addicted to trying to fill the void from outside. Let's go watch TikTok. Let's go do Instagram. We get lost in what? Hours and hours and hours. No, that's living someone else's life. That's living it from the outside, not from the inside. I want you to remember this. Love is the awareness and acceptance of your wholeness. Until you're aware that you are whole, perfect, unique, and complete, and you accept that, you can't love anyone else. So begin with you, because it's the only place you can really begin. Until tomorrow, make this your best day ever, and love you so that you can love others. Aloha.